The name Vanquish has always carried weight. It's not just a model, it's a message. A declaration that Aston Martin isn't content with playing second fiddle to anyone. Not Ferrari, not McLaren, not Porsche. When the original Vanquish launched in 2001, it was James Bond's ride, a gentleman's missile cloaked in British elegance. But the 2025 Vanquish, it's not subtle, it's not quiet, and it's definitely not just a pretty face. This is Aston Martin breaking tradition, going mid-engine, going aggressive, and going head-to-head with the best performance cars in the world. And the big question is, can it actually beat Ferrari at their own game? Today on the Autoline, we dive deep into the 2025 Aston Martin Vanquish, its design, its engine, its evolution, and whether this British beast finally has what it takes to dethrone the prancing horse. To understand how big this moment is for Aston Martin, we need to revisit the history of the Vanquish. The first-generation Vanquish arrived at the dawn of the 21st century, and it was breathtaking, built largely by hand, powered by a naturally aspirated V12, and wrapped in a body that looked like it was sculpted by wind and romance. It was the ultimate GT, but while it oozed style, it was never really a Ferrari killer. It was more luxurious, more restrained, and honestly, less capable on the edge. The second-generation Vanquish, launched in 2012, upped the ante with a carbon fiber structure and even more V12 fury. But again, it leaned into its grand touring identity. It was a car built for Monaco, not Monza. Fast forward to today, and the world has changed. Supercars are mid-engined. Hybrids rule lap times. And Aston Martin, fresh off a wave of Formula One energy and new investment, is done playing nice. The 2025 Vanquish is a complete reinvention. This isn't a GT. It's a mid-engine supercar with all the aggression, ambition, and power it needs to chase down the Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and McLarens of the world. That's right. For the first time ever, the Vanquish is a mid-engine machine. Gone is the front-mounted V12. In its place, a brand new powertrain architecture developed with one goal in mind: balance, precision, and supercar-level dynamics. The centerpiece is a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8, borrowed from Mercedes-AMG but heavily modified by Aston Martin's in-house engineers. While Aston hasn't officially confirmed exact power figures, early estimates place it around 835 horsepower, potentially even more in future hybrid variants. Power is delivered through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission mounted at the rear, with rear-wheel drive as standard, keeping things raw and pure. But what sets the Vanquish apart is its chassis. Built on a lightweight bonded aluminum platform, the car is designed for stiffness, agility, and razor-sharp responsiveness. The result? A Vanquish that doesn't float through corners. It devours them. This is Aston Martin entering a new era, and it's not just trying to keep up, it's trying to lead. You can't talk about Aston Martin without talking about design. The 2025 Vanquish might be the most radical interpretation of Aston's design language ever. It's low, it's wide, and it looks like it was carved by a scalpel, wielded by an artist. The front is sleek and pointed, with aggressive LED headlights and a nose that dips forward like a predator ready to strike. Massive side intakes channel air to the mid-mounted engine, and the roofline tapers back into a flying buttress design that screams motorsport. Around the back, the Vanquish sports thin, blade-like taillights, a massive rear diffuser, and center-mounted exhausts that erupt with a snarl when the V8 fires up. There's also an optional active rear wing that adjusts based on speed and cornering load, helping keep the car planted at over 200 miles per hour. While Ferrari's design has become more functional and at times polarizing, the Vanquish is all about drama. It's a car you don't just see, you feel it. And when it's parked next to a Ferrari F8 or 296 GTB, it doesn't look outclassed. If anything, it stands taller. Inside, the Vanquish is a fusion of tradition and technology. You still get the signature Aston Martin craftsmanship, leather hand-stitched to perfection, real metal switchgear and elegant lines. But now it's paired with modern performance cues. The driver-focused cockpit is low and tight, with a squared-off steering wheel, customizable digital gauge cluster, and carbon fiber trim throughout. The seats are thin shell sport buckets, perfectly contoured for track days, but still comfortable enough for long drives through the Alps. There's a large central touchscreen running Aston's latest infotainment system, finally upgraded from the outdated Mercedes command system of the past. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, over-the-air updates, and a digital track telemetry suite are all included. This isn't just a beautiful place to sit. It's a cockpit built to engage the driver every day, every mile, every red line. Now let's talk numbers, because in this category, Ferrari is the benchmark. The Ferrari 296 GTB, one of the Vanquish's primary rivals, produces 819 horsepower from a twin-turbo V6 hybrid setup. It goes from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds and tops out at 205 miles per hour. The Aston Martin Vanquish isn't far behind, and it might just beat it. With an expected curb weight under 3,400 pounds and over 830 horsepower from its V8, the Vanquish is projected to hit 0 to 60 in around 2.7 seconds, with a top speed just over 210 miles per hour. That puts it in striking distance of not just Ferrari, but McLaren's Artura and even Lamborghini's Revuelto. And while Ferrari's hybrid setup offers torque fill and low-end response, Aston's approach is all about throttle purity and mechanical drama. The engine snarls, the turbo spool, and every shift slams home with mechanical intent. Early prototypes have already shown track times within tenths of the Ferrari 296 GTB, and Aston Martin hasn't even unleashed the hybrid Vanquish S yet. When that arrives, it could push performance beyond 900 horsepower, firmly placing it in hypercar territory. So, is it better than Ferrari? That depends on how you define better. If you want tradition, Ferrari has it in spades. If you want racing pedigree, few brands can touch Maranello. And the 296 GTB is without a doubt one of the most sophisticated performance cars ever built. But the Vanquish brings something different, something darker, louder, more emotional. Ferrari is clinical perfection. Aston is chaotic beauty. One is an orchestra, the other is a rock concert. In terms of performance, the Vanquish matches Ferrari blow for blow. It accelerates as hard, it corners as fast, and it looks arguably better doing it. And here's the secret sauce: exclusivity. Aston Martin won't build as many. You won't see one in every wealthy zip code. And that, for a lot of buyers, makes it even more desirable. In a world where Ferraris are fast but familiar, the Vanquish feels like a rebel in a tailored suit. It's for the driver who doesn't want to follow tradition. He wants to rewrite it. The Vanquish won't come cheap. Expected base pricing lands around $300,000, with higher trims and future hybrid models possibly approaching $350,000 or more. That's squarely in Ferrari territory. But with that price comes a full suite of personalization, from bespoke interiors to custom liveries through Aston's Q division. And more importantly, it marks Aston Martin's commitment to the mid-engine supercar war, a war it's never fought before. The Vanquish is the first shot, but it won't be the last. Rumors suggest a higher output Vanquish S hybrid is on the way. Maybe even a track-only AMR Pro variant to challenge Ferrari's XX cars. The future is wide open, and for once Aston Martin is charging toward it at full throttle. The 2025 Aston Martin Vanquish isn't just a new car. It's a rebirth, a revolution, a roar from a brand that was once on the ropes but now stands ready to throw punches with the best in the world. Is it better than Ferrari? On some days, in some ways, maybe yes. It's different. It's bold. And in a world of perfection, it dares to be emotional. Let us know in the comments. Would you take the Vanquish over a Ferrari 296 GTB? Do you think Aston finally has what it takes to beat Italy at its own game? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the Autoline, where design meets performance and passion meets the pavement.